Hello and welcome to some bedtime yoga in a fun moose onesie, because why not? It's very comfy and I am getting ready for bed. This flow can be done on a mat or in your bed, wherever you're most comfortable for you after a long day. We're going to start with some parasympathetic nervous system breathing. That is an inhale of 4 seconds and an exhale slowly of 6 seconds. You can adjust the time if you need a little bit different. That works best for you, but this will allow us to awaken our parasympathetic nervous system. It is our rest and digest, and it is a good way to start this flow, bringing ourselves back down to the mat, back down to earth, and allowing us to reconnect with ourselves. So now we're going to find our child's pose. So you can do this narrow-legged or wide-legged. I personally love wide-legged child pose. I feel like it helps me just melt back into the mat, as well as rest my forehead on the mat. Sometimes I like to roll my forehead gently into the mat, give myself a little massage, especially if I've been having a headache or anything like that. Arms out front, using our breath to just let go and let our body release. We're going to come up. We're going to come up onto our heels. Take a breath. And find tabletop for cat-cow pose. So we're going to inhale. We're going to drop the belly, look upwards. You don't have to look all the way up. And exhale, arch the back. Inhale, arch that back the other way. And push away from the floor with the exhale with the hands and knees to really get that arch, drawing the belly button in. Inhale and exhale. If it's there for you, you can close the eyes down and allow some free movement with the breath, rotating that spine, inhale, exhale, and just however feels good for you and your body in this moment. One more cat-cow to bring ourselves back to center. And come back to the heels. Now we are going to do a nice forward fold while sitting. So the legs out straight in front of you, bringing out the buttocks to help center our base. Inhale, and on the exhale, reach as far as comfortable. We do not have to overexert or strain ourselves. If you want to put a pillow at your belly to help fold over, that is okay. You can reach for the thighs, you can reach for your shins, your feet, a block. Whatever is going to allow that release and relaxation. You could even drop the head down a bit to help release. And again, using that breath as our little superpower. As you hold the pose longer, you may feel a little bit more release come. So now we're going to come up. We're going to lie on our backs. And we're going to find supine bound. We're going to find a supine twist. So we're going to bring one leg 90 degrees and bring it over. If you need to use a block or a pillow or a bolster under that knee, that's okay. But the goal is to have that twist. You might need to adjust the hips a little bit to keep the spine in alignment and bring that opposite shoulder onto the mat. Glue it down. If you need to let the knee up a little bit, that is okay. The arms could be out straight on either side, or you can bring them up in cactus pose, that is bending at the elbow. And you can either look over to that opposite arm, or you can look upwards, whichever is most comfortable and most safe for your neck. So we're going to bring ourselves back to center, nice and slowly. Notice the difference between left and right when you're doing sided poses. And notice that difference and be aware of what your body is capable of. So bring that knee up 90 degrees. Do the little wiggle and shift if you need to make sure your spine is in alignment. And drop that opposite shoulder right down to the mat. And rest that neck where it's most comfortable, so we are not overstraining or over twisting. And don't forget some deep breathing. We can, if it's comfortable and it's there for you, we can resort to our parasympathetic nervous breathing. So that is inhale for 4 seconds and a nice exhale for 6 seconds. It is best done inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, but depending on how you feel, that might not be for everybody. So we're going to support the lower back and bring ourselves back in. Bring those knees to chest and roll ourselves up. Now we're going to do a quick breath to reset and reground ourselves. Inhale and exhale. So we are going to lay back into a supine bound angle pose that is bringing the soles of the feet together, allowing our knees to splay out. If you need to place pillow or blocks underneath the legs to support them, that's okay, go for it. The props are there to help us. We can place our hands on our belly or our heart and feel that breath, allowing us to reconnect, allowing the feeling of melting back to the earth and reconnection to ourselves. We could also use this time for gratitude, giving thanks for whatever we did today, remembering any beautiful little moments. Helping us to go to sleep with a full, overflowing heart. So bring the legs up carefully. If you need to support them, that's okay. We're going to do 2 different versions of legs up a wall. The first one is without the wall, keeping the legs at 90 degrees to our bodies and our feet dorsiflex towards us. We can bend the knees a little bit if that helps prevent overstraining. The arms can be down by your sides. They can be out straight. They can be in cactus where it's bent at the elbow. We could also do it against the wall, which takes a little bit of shimmy and scooching over. So we're going to place our glutes against the wall and all the way up the legs, resting the back of the heels against the wall. Again, the toes are dorsiflex, which means the feet are at 90 degrees towards us, towards our bodies. At any point during these videos, you can pause if you need to hold a pose a little bit longer. If you feel like your practice needs to throw in an extra pose in there, go for it. Absolutely, I support you. You can pause the video, take as long as you need, and come back in when you're ready. Just wanted to say thank you for joining me in this bedtime flow. I'm so happy you're here. So happy I got to do this in a fun moose-themed onesie. So we're going to bring the legs down now gently. We're going to lay over to one side and support ourselves sitting up. And we're going to find an easy seat. And I hope you are well rested. Take a deep breath with hands at heart center and namaste.